On the morning of September 11th, 2001, Genelle Guzman McMillan sat at her desk, chatting with a coworker, when the building shook. A plane had just ripped through the World Trade Center's North Tower. When news of a terrorist attack poured in, Genelle and her colleagues tried to escape. On the way down 64 flights of stairs, Genelle clung to her friend Rosa.
So we all headed down to the staircase, and I and Rosa was holding hands. We were going down. We were counting each staircase as we headed down. And, from the 60, from the 40, was just going down. When I made it to the 13th floor, I stopped to take my shoes off. And before I can get my body back up, I just felt the wall cave in. The rumble, the dust, the darkness, everything was just crumbling, coming down. Rosa let go of my hand and she ran back up to the staircase. I turned around to run behind her, and something just knocked me back on the floor. I fell to the floor, and it just waited there until it came to a complete stop. Everything was just rumbling, the dust, everything just falling. It felt like 100 earthquakes at once. I realized that my body was pinned, that I was stuck. My head was wedged between a concrete pillar. My arms was beneath my stomach. My legs were crisscrossed. I only had my left arm loose to help myself. I tried to get up and I couldn't move. There was no space for me to even turn around my body. So it's just like I was in a moment of just like closing my eyes and don't get up and just preparing myself to die. I called out for help like 1 or 2 times, but my voice, the dust, everything, my nose, everything was clogged up, so I couldn't do anything. And I stood there, tried to move. I used my left hand to see what is over me, what is around me. And I felt something soft beneath me. While digging in the rubble, I felt something soft beneath me. And it felt like a body, but at that point, it didn't faze me. I wasn't afraid that, if I was lying on top of a body. I just needed some comfort because a steel was sticking me in my side, and I just trying to get some comfort. The pain, it was excruciating. It felt like I was there forever. And I stood there and I said, God, I need to do something. I need to pray. I need to act. I just need to talk to him. And that's when I said, I'm just going to talk to him and ask him for a second chance. And I said to him, like if I'm talking with my friend, I said, please God, if you save me today, please give me a second chance. I promise I would do your will. And I made a promise to him that I knew in my heart that I was going to keep it. I kept asking and begging and pleading with God to save my life, so I can change, so I can be a better person, so I could live the life that he wants me to live. For some reason, I kept my left hand up there, and I felt like even it was in an open air pocket like. So I kept it there, and I just, my head was pinned, so my head just relaxed my head a little bit between the wedges. And I said, God, please show me a sign, show me a miracle, show me that you're listening, show me that I'm worthy. And my hand stood out there, and someone grabbed me by my hand, and they called me by my name. They said, Genelle, I got you. My name is Paul. And when that person grabbed my hand, I felt it. I hold on to his hand, and I just felt the calmness in my body, and I said, oh, thank God. And he said, I'm not going to let you go. You're going to be fine. Just hold on to my hands. I'm not going to let you go. He kept holding my hand. I called out, and I said, is anybody down there? And they answered back and said, could you see the light? Apparently they were shining the light, and I said, no, I can't see the light. Could you see my hand? And they said, no. They said, what floor are you on? I said, I'm on the 13th floor. And they asked me, what is your name? I said, my name is Genelle. And, so I was conscious of everything. And Paul kept holding my hand. He said, don't worry. They're going to get here soon. He kept holding my hand. And probably like within 10, 15 minutes, I could hear the the machines going off of cutting the steel above me and everything else. And then someone grabbed me by my shoulder to the back of me and started to remove the concrete by my head and pull it off my hand. And when my head was loose, my head just went all the way back, and I tried to open my eyes to see Paul, but it was just like, it was somebody over you, but it was just blurry. And I was like, oh, thank God, And I said to them, am I going to go home? And they're like, no, you're not going to go home. We're going to take you to the hospital.
Genelle was rescued from under the debris of the 9/11 World Trade Center wreckage, and she was the last survivor to be pulled from ground zero after 27 long hours. She says God answered her prayer by sending an angel to sustain her.
After being buried for 27 hours in the rubble, I come to the conclusion that Paul was my guardian angel, that he was the miracle that I was asking for. And being buried under the rubble made me really turn my life around and give my life to Jesus Christ that day. And I believe that this day now, I believe in miracles. I believe in second chances. And I also believe that adversity, just is a bridge to, being closer, to have a deeper relationship with God. And this is where I'm at now, My life before was pretty messed up. I just wanted to be living that life of glitz and glamour, the fame and everything. But this was like a wake-up call for me. God, He destined my life. I was always in control of my life. That's what I thought, that I was in control of my life. But it's not about me. It's not about what I want. It's not about what Genelle wants. It's what Jesus Christ wants of me. And I am grateful and just, so thankful to be alive today, to be able to encourage people, to tell my story of hope and inspiration, and just know that there is a God. He exists. He is real. Without Him, we are nothing. It's impossible to live without Him. And if I'm here now telling this story and sharing my testimony, it's because I know there is a plan and a purpose for me. My life here on this earth is not done.